Hey guys, still here and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Today we're looking at a very straightforward scenario. I just get one destroyer, and as the captain of this destroyer, I must hunt down 10 transports which are supposedly carrying important stuff back to the Allies. The scenario was come up with by a guy called Nien, and scenario title is Stalked. Now, the era of my fleet is 1935, so I have access to almost all the modern tech, and so does the US, because they are 1940. Now, with the recent introduction of the hotfix 8, I believe they're calling it, Alpha 8, the secondaries and the light cruisers have become a hell of a lot more dangerous to destroyers. They also nerfed the buff that you got from being a very fast ship, but they have increased the ability to dodge shells, or rather the bonus that you get, in the sense that if you're dodging, you're harder to hit. So I want to try and capitalize on that by building a destroyer that's reasonably fast, but that's more importantly able to dodge stuff very quickly. So I'll try to make this a practice run for myself to dodge to dodge shells by just making myself very maneuverable. The objective is to sink all 10 transports and their escorts, which are just one light cruiser and 2 destroyers. But that does not mean that this is going to be easy. The ship is supposed to have at least 35 knots and preferably more. So let's get to designing and see what I can throw together. Now, seeing as the buff from having an exceptionally fast ship is no longer viable, I'm thinking that I think 40 knots is enough. You don't really need that much more, and having better armor and better engines should make this thing pretty comfortable to maneuver. I'm going to try to have a very small turning circle, but more importantly a very high turning rate to make sure that I can start dodging. This puts my turning rate at 5.59, and now we're at 6.83. The ship will, however, get heavier as I start to add more armaments. Now, I don't believe I can gun down a light cruiser. Even if I were to put 5-inch guns on that, I don't think I can do it. I could, however, try gunning down the destroyers. So with a couple of 5-inch or 4-inch guns, used with radar 2 and the best range finder, I might be able to do some useful stuff against the DDs. Let's see, a barbette would be useful. Here's the thing, this won't fit. At least I don't think it will. No. I mean, you're gonna have something like that, which means that a barbette is really not required. But I cannot put this tower anywhere else. So the tower's gonna have to go there. And then we're gonna go with... yeah, let's go with triples. Funnels. I wonder how much funnel I will need for this ship. 45% efficiency. 100. There we go. One funnel is enough. Turning circle. Currently 412. And we're still not done adding more weight. Torpedo tubes. Preferably somewhere amidships. And we're, of course, also going to require a rear tower, which can also fit more weaponry. Now I'm thinking of going with smaller sets of torpedo tubes, which can be used, hopefully, in dealing with the transports. And maybe the light cruiser. Sorry, I was going to go with triples, not doubles. Triple. Can you fit the casemate or... no. Sorry, barbettes, not casemates. I cannot fit barbettes anywhere. You cannot really fit the secondary tower anywhere either. Which means that it's going to be pretty rough trying to get this turret in decent firing positions. This looks weird. These reload in about 10 seconds, a little less. 3-inch guns, reload, 4.8 seconds. Damage, it's not that good. 72 versus 310. 4-inch guns is sort of intermittent. No, they're too big. I was hoping to fit these things side by side, but that won't work with the 4-inch, but it will with a 3-inch. Let's go with a couple of triple 3-inch. Like that. This gives me a pretty decent rate of fire. And field of fire. Torpedo launcher to deal with the cruiser. Oh, hold on a minute. This does limit the effectiveness of the bow turret a bit. Maybe I can move that farther forward. There. 4 weight offset's 11.5% though. So I'd need a bit more weight on the stern. What? I put a whole turret on the stern and the game doesn't care? This is 41 tons. This is 62 tons. Torpedo launcher on the stern? That's better. That's better. I really don't want that weight offset. Is there any good way to get rid of that? Armor, I think, might not be that useful. A different propellant, however, might be. If I go with light shells, I fire even faster, 7.5%. And then if I maintain propulsion or maintain pen by using 2 powder, I also get another 3% gun reload buff. And I think no other propellant gives you that. And now these things fire every 8 seconds. Range is not that good. Shell weight's quite light. We carry 750 rounds of ammunition per gun. Times 1, 2, 3, 4 turrets. So I already have 12 guns. Plus those on the 3-inch. And these things fire every 4 seconds. 1 torpedo tube on the stern. 2 torpedo tubes on the bow. And current range 14.2. It's a bit much. If I go with fasts, they'll be very much detectable though. Yeah, range 9.3, detectability plus 23%. There's nothing said about the range for these things, so I can just reduce those. Let's say I'm fighting a destroyer at a range of 5,000 meters. I would need 8 inches of belt armor to sustain hits from a 5-inch gun. You can't even put that on. I think 6 is the max that you can fit on a... No? Oh, sorry, 1.5 inches is the maximum you can fit on a DD. Yeah. That's not a lot. For deck armor, I don't think it's required. Are these considered secondaries? No, you don't have secondaries. You just have a ton of main guns. Oh, in that case, I'm not even sure if this is useful. I was thinking that these would be secondary so they could target independently, but they can't. In that case, it might be more effective to just have a couple of turrets like that. Because this also gives me 6 barrels on a side, depending on where the ship happens to pop up. What's the pen? 7.8 inches at 5,000 meters. But at 5,000 meters, if a light cruiser fires back at me, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. Electric propellant. 36 knots. The ship is faster than that. The ship does 40. This means it's risky. Because I have a very good chance of running into my own torpedoes. This is 47.5. That's better. Range 21.2. Let's make it 21 inch. 4 weight offset is now reduced to 0.4. That's better. Aft weight offset 0.8. 0.3. Alright, I can live with that. Can we make it slightly smaller? No. Not too much. Now stuff starts to fall off the ship. So we're 34.50. Alright. Well, we'll just have to make do with 34... Oh. No. Oh dear. Standard bulkheads. I forgot about this part. I need that. So I'm going to have to shed 130 tons somewhere. Let's see if I go back to 3,500 tons. I don't have secondary armor anyway. There. So now I have my bulkheads. I have a little bit less speed. 37.5. And I hope that maneuvering is going to keep this ship alive. So zigzagging, turning quickly. Turning degrees, 5 per second. Turning circle, 419. Let's put the ship to the test. We are operating with the Aurora. Starting range is 15,000 meters, so I won't immediately be in range yet. But with the torpedoes, I should already be capable of launching. I just don't want to. Enemy smoke north. Let's go. She's pretty good at holding her speed in a turn. Getting a ping here. 3,000 rounds of 5-inch ammunition. 2,100 rounds of 3-inch ammo. 15 torpedoes on the quintuple, so the 5 launcher. And 12 for the duels. Getting a ping here. Is that one? Whoa, we have been detected. There are incoming shells. Let's put a smokescreen up. How the hell were we spotted this fast? I have radar. Gen 2. I have a pretty good spotting tower. But this is a fairly serious amount of firepower being directed at me. Alright, Aurora. We're going to continue to turn left and right a bit. I just think that while this might keep me alive, it will also reduce the available firepower that I have. Because I would not be surprised to find that the ship turns faster than the turrets. Oof. Ow. 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 Jesus. Stop that. Send the torpedoes out. Target that ship. Bow torps away. Sterns? Really? Thank you. Torpedoes away. Why the hell is the Aurora flooding this bad? Maximum bulkheads. It's just 2 compartments, and I don't even know what's shooting at me. They really nerfed DDs in this patch. I'm zigzagging as much as I can. I'm inside of a smokescreen. I still can't see the light cruiser that's even shooting at me. And it is the light cruiser because it's 6-inch ammunition that's hitting the ship. What the hell? This is going to seriously reduce my speed. 23.4. Smoke screens recycled in 4 minutes. So I'm supposed to sink all the transports and their escorts? With a half-dead destroyer? Huh. That's going to be a challenge. Whoa, here we go again. Something has detected the torpedoes. Well, it's just these two, and they're spread out so far that they probably won't hit anything. These might do something, depending on how much those transports have been maneuvering since I launched those torps at them. I think that this build might not work out too well. And I can't figure out why I'm not spotting them. There, 8.6 clicks out. I understand that my radar is not very high on the ship, which might mean that I don't do as well. Here we go again. 4-inch shell. Hits me mid-belt, partial pen. From what? I'm getting radar pings from here. Radar return pings. But you can bet your ass that something closer is firing back at me. Oh, it might be the transport. Yeah, I think the transport's giving me issues here. Smoke screen up. Torpedo when ready. Bow torps away. Speed, 23.4. Oh crap, that's gonna go down even more. Well, we're finally flooding one ship out. There. That's one transport down. 9 to go. I thought this was going to be a rough challenge, but this is even worse than I'd expected. They can still see me, and they're accurate enough to hit me. There's another one. I'm gonna have to learn to play with these new DDs. And by new, I mean the way that the DDs have been changed to the tune that they are far more easy to hit. These transports are not enjoying the 5-inch guns. But similarly, I'm still being attacked by something with 6-inch guns. Now, supposedly the screening behavior had improved. And by screening behavior, they mean that the way that the ships, the escort ships in this case, the transports, the destroyer and the light cruiser, those guys are supposed to keep these ships safe. That is in fact not what they're doing. They are most definitely not keeping the transport safe. As once again, it appears that they're hiding behind their transports. What's my chance to pen these things? 100%. Okay. Transports come with absolutely no armor. Good. Accuracy is pretty decent, 18%. It's just that with these light shells, we're not really doing that much damage. It's just 214 if we hit, and of course then it's going to get mitigated by the resistance of a ship. So it's going to take me a while to cut through these things. And I'm hoping that I have enough time before the escorts actually join this fight. But so far I'm not even seeing 6-inch shell fire coming in anymore. So it's like the transports were just left to their own devices all of a sudden. Now I recognize that I have torpedoes ready. I just refuse to use them at this moment. Because I think the guns are... well, it's going to take me a while, but they're capable of getting rid of these transports. Smokescreen's ready when I need it. Buoyancy is going down on the Miami. 37%. Oh, here we go again. Return fire coming in. Let's set a smokescreen. Let's see, are you armed? One of these guys is armed. Which one? Or is it one of the escorts? That might be it. That it's shell fire coming in over the escorts, or over the transport ships. Decent amount of damage there. Maybe a light cruiser would have been better for this scenario. I mean, sure enough, a DD is a hell of a challenge, but a light cruiser would pretty quickly cut through these things, I think. Look at that turning circle. Jeez, this thing can turn on a dime. Unfortunately, the turrets cannot. Speed? Holding at 23. Good. Despite my very erratic maneuvering, the ship is very capable of holding its speed in turns. It's just that the guns are struggling. I think now the guns are once again trying to turn back onto the target. See, this is when the ship turns a hell of a lot faster than the turrets. Not by a small margin either. Damn, this ship turns quickly. Smokescreen out. I have to wait another 5 minutes before I can set another one. Turrets locked on, 30% chance to hit. Range 30.3 kilometers. Come on, Miami. Oh, the Miami has done some damage control. They were flooding pretty badly, but it seems like they have it under control now. So far, the maneuvering of the Aurora seems to be the thing that's keeping me safe. At least that's my interpretation of it. But I can still barely see what I'm fighting. I know that it's somewhere over there. About 8 to 10 kilometers away from me. But that's pretty much all I can tell you. I wonder what that light cruiser has. I'm going to try and get into range just to spot it and see what sort of sensor systems that thing is using. Because I find them to be pretty impressive. Now, I fired about 800 rounds of ammunition from the 5-inch guns, and I have yet to sink my second transport. I wonder if the Aurora is carrying enough ammunition to deal with the transports. Fortunately, the Hutchins is already down to half strength. These things just fire so quickly. Fortunately, the accuracy is quite good. If the accuracy was cut in half, I would definitely not have enough ammunition. I would have to start resorting to torpedoes. Which I'm saving for the escorts. You know, the escorts which are defending this group. Those escorts. Now, this was a hotfix that they released on last Friday. And last Friday is the Friday prior to August 24th, which is when I'm recording this. They said that it's a part of the things that they want to implement / fix. So don't take this as the final version of the game, because it is most definitely not the last version of the game. They will definitely add more stuff. Now it looks like I'll be able to get rid of the Hutchins pretty soon. There she goes. Next target, Albert W. Grant. Most definitely farther away, and outside of the range of the 3-inch, which can only fire out to 6 kilometers. There's another transport. Damage to the funnel. I wonder if that actually slows them down or not. No, it doesn't. They definitely need to work on the screening behavior still. That was part of the Alpha 8 update. Screening behavior has improved. Well, might need some more work. We're still taking fire from something. There. About 11 clicks out. It's almost like the transports are just hoping to run out of my range. But with transports doing about 15 knots, 15.5, and my DD doing 37 max, but effectively 23, that's not happening. And I would love for the AI to actually realize that and go, okay, this is not working. That ship might be slowed down, but not sufficiently so. We're gonna have to go in and kill it. Hold on, you seem different. Yep. That's a DD. Potentially 5-inch dual barrel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10 guns. That is less firepower than my 12 barrels. Oh, the ship automatically switched fire to the DD. Interesting. It's not what I want, though. I don't want to hit the DD. Because I won't be able to hit the DD. I need to hit the W Grant. Let's keep pecking away and keep maneuvering a bit. Not too violently, as I would love to keep the guns on target. Keep zigzagging. Something else I was hoping for in this video is to get information by having the enemy transport, sorry, the enemy DD, and ideally the light cruiser fully identified, so that you can sort of watch the battle from their perspective. And you can see exactly how much accuracy they're getting and what sort of debuffs they're getting. So that I can see just how much of an impact all this maneuvering has. Because I might think that it's helpful, but it might not have that much of a debuff after all. Aurora just took another pretty nasty hit. 6-inch shell. 153 damage. There we go. That's 3, I think. Come on, escorts. It's like one just temporarily danced into range and then disengaged. There's another transport. Where are your DDs? These things are just being abandoned. Doesn't seem very honorable for the US Navy to do that. Oh, the ship switched fire? Yep. Now I'm targeting this one. No, actually I'm targeting the behind one. And this one seems to be in the way and did take some of the fire. I'm still picking up a rate of return ping about 12 clicks out. There. 13.8. That's why that light cruiser, I think, is not helpful. It's just not in range. This is too easy. I know that I keep veering from this is too easy to damn, this is hard, but I feel that this is a bit weird. Because I'm only 1 DD, they're 2 and a light cruiser. And they're just not employing their assets. I'm going to do this scenario in reverse and see how well I can do to keep my transport safe. Of course, I'm going to be entirely at the mercy of what sort of a ship the AI designs. It could be a massive torpedo boat. Who knows? It might be. We'll just have to wait and see what the AI comes up with. Because for now, it's just massacring transports. Oh, finally! Finally the DDs come into range. And somewhere over there might be the light cruiser. Yeah, here. 12.7 kilometers out. How useless. Alright, let's try this in reverse. So, I get 2 DDs and a light cruiser. I get attack advantage. You get to be the player with 1 destroyer. And I get 10 transports. Now, I'm going to be auto-designing the light cruiser and seeing how well the AI does with designing their American destroyer. See, it's even weirder now that I think about it, because they had a 5-year tech advantage. The US had 1940, I had 1935. I don't get it. Modern light cruiser, no, let's go with an experimental cruiser. Is that a cruiser? That's barely a cruiser. Light cruiser 3. Auto design. We got the Tatsuta. Carrying a decent amount of 5-inch guns. And a few torpedo tubes. Alright. 23% 4 weight offset. Oh lord. Okay, well we're gonna have to work with it. Enemy smoke spotted to the north. Over there. Everybody intercept. My destroyers can do 39.5 knots. My light cruiser can do 31. My transports are limping away at 15 clicks. These guys, the DDs, armed with 4-inch guns, 2-inch guns, 2-inch guns, torpedoes, and more torpedoes. Range 12.7. Enemy ship has been detected. And we have not yet been detected. Now I'm already moving directly for the their interceptor, for their DD, which is exactly what the American cruiser and escorts should have done. Just position yourself between the aggressor, in this case their DD, but let's say about 5 to 10 minutes ago me, and the transports. This is how I want the AI to be playing the scenario. 8.3, I imagine it's not yet in gun range. What can we see from visual ID? Fairly small destroyer. 2, 4, 6, 8 barrels, 10, and some smaller stuff and torpedoes. Torpedoes away. Do I have sonar? I have sonar 3, okay. Turning circle 414. Very good turning circle. Acceleration is quite okay. And it looks like the DD is... I don't know. Trying to stay out of range? Oh, incoming torpedoes. Wait, 1. Oops. There's more torpedoes on the way. Hard starboard. Hard. Oh, fuck, mate. Not hard enough. Okay, so we got the Duet. Duet is trying to return fire, it seems. 40 knots. Electrical turrets. Semi-auto loaders. Oxygen to fuel torpedoes. 23-inch. Coincidence 3 rangefinder, sonar 2 and regeneration 1 radar. But with your amount of damage, you will not be able to get up to 40 knots anymore, buddy. Ship won't sustain that. You're dropping to 32. Which means very soon I'm going to pull alongside and kill you. Losing that cruiser was sloppy though. I thought it could turn faster than that. Misplayed that. But it's more that I wanted to see how well the AI does. Now, I'll definitely be pushing this, or messaging the devs about this video. Because I think that this is something that can still be improved. And I hope that they will. Anyway, that's it for today. A bit of a shorter video than usual, but at the same time, doing some testing on those new patch changes. Let me know how you guys are getting along with the game. If you don't have it yet, have a look at the link down below in the description where you can find the game yourself. And if you have a good scenario for me to play, then by all means send that in through the link down below in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.